Jones still resonates to this day. In 5 years removed from the iconic title bout,
I want to see the snap. I want to see the push.
head coach Andreas Michael
Let's go. You ready?
remains headstrong.
That's bad. Good luck. Good.
Alex is going to be the best. He proved it the first time when they went down again. When Jon Jones was destroying everyone in his path. He proved that it's possible to beat him.
You're a minute. Let's go. 38.
If anyone with an Alex, he would do.
That's it. Come on. Last one. Come on. Right. Yes.
The experience that Gustafsson and Michael shared in Toronto has never escaped them. And their shot at redemption has finally arrived. A rematch with Jones is set for December 29th in Las Vegas. And they plan to finish.
You have to dominate. You can't just have a back and forth war with this guy. You can finish it or you can stop the violence.
We're going to have to do 5 Jon Jones rounds. And beating him means more than a title.
It's massive to become a world champion. It's a dream I have, but this is bigger. Winning John is bigger than
Sweden's countryside offers a sublime landscape that is impossible to deny. Even for UFC 232 headliner Alexander Gustafsson. But you will always appreciate such elegant seclusion.
I was born and raised in the countryside, and when I was a teenager, I hated so much being on the countryside. And now I'm getting a little older. I enjoy it more and more. It's peaceful, it's nice, so close to nature, and then just relax, get away from the stress in this big city. I go to Boston.
These outskirts are a far cry from the lifestyle Gustafsson is from accustomed. Following his 2013 championship loss to Jon Jones, demolished notoriety exploded across the pond.
It changed my life. Even if I lost, I still want that fight because people, they appreciate me coming in there and give it all. I became a world fighter. Also welcome for Alexander Gustafsson. He was in one of the best fights of all time against Johnny Boyce.
He became the face of European MMA.
The heart of Sweden. smile and it feels great.
Det här säger jag är färdig.
You know, the UFC is and has been a very big part of my life. It's just not a regular job, it's a lifestyle. And come home after hard work of training and you meet your kids and they're just smiling at you. It makes you work hard. It makes you want to become a world champion.
Both Gustafsson and Jon Jones had to fight their way back to the upcoming rematch on December 29th. Jones, who's not suffered defeat, is at the octagon since their last meeting. His fight was outside of competition. His marquee headliners were each separated by lengthy suspensions. And the most recently returned from a doping suspension. The vintage performance was his greatest break. Since his victory in July of 2017, Jones has dealt with another doping suspension. But arbitration found only trace amounts of a banned substance, proving that Jones was not involved. The now former champion would persevere because leaving the sport was never an option.
If there's any time I thought about quitting and walking away from the sport, that was it. I was hating it. And turning it all off is the easy way to do it. You know, financially, that they don't have to fight anymore. I could afford to delete social media accounts and right off into the sunset. But, you know, they do that. At least then, I'm going to take those more seriously.
Looking back on the first fight with Gustafsson, Jones feels a sense of confidence, knowing the bout took place
press conference. From Los Angeles, California, UFC 232 goes down this Saturday, only on pay-per-view. In the main event, it's the rematch of one of the greatest fights in UFC history. First to the stage, from Poland, the Swedish superstar, Alexander Gustafsson. Challenging him for the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship, a true pound-for-pound great, the former 205-pound title holder. He's back, Jon Bones Jones. And in the co-headliner, it's champion versus champion. A super fight between the two best female fighters on the planet. Introducing first, the UFC bantamweight champion, Amanda Lioness Nunes. 135-pound queen moves up to featherweight to face the most unstoppable force in women's MMA. The reigning, defending women's 145-pound champion of the world, Chris Cyborg.
What's up, Los Angeles? How are you? Thanks for coming. Is this thing working? No? No. Hello? Hello? You got me? Can you hear me? No? We're off to a good start here. All right. Can you hear me now? All right. What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming out today. We made it. Who has the first question?
Start with Jon, please. Jon, we spoke yesterday, and you said, listen, I got to start focusing on myself. I got to concentrate. I got a championship fight this Saturday. Then you went out and did a fan meet and greet in the middle of the MGM lobby. I'm curious kind of why you wanted to do that, what your thought process was there.
How's it going, Los Angeles? I said, how's it going, Los Angeles? How are you guys? My microphone's not working. All right, here we go. Here we go. I got coffee. All right.
Yeah, we're off to a bad start here.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
I'm not sure if this thing's working. All right. So, yeah, I can't. I don't think they can hear me.
You can hear him? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, basically this situation has been really crazy. I understand that there's a lot of fighters that came from all over the world to be here, guys from all over the country to be here, and I wanted to try to make this thing as right as possible. Ultimately, the UFC is, our slogan is, we're as real as it gets, and I mean, people spend their hard-earned money, and it's all about the fans at the end of the day. And I wanted to do what I can to do it. I had about an hour to wait until my next workout. And I said, dude, let me go out there and meet some of the people who make this all possible. So I did a meet and greet last minute. Me and my team, they worked as a security squad. We didn't need it because everybody showed up with so much love and appreciation. And it was great. About maybe 200-300 people showed up to the MGM lobby and got to get personalized stuff done. So I felt really good about it. It was really great.
Jon, you, as positive as you're being, you know that no matter what you say, no matter what you do, there are going to be people, probably the rest of your career, that say you're a cheater. How do you address those people, knowing you're going to have to do that?
You know, I am in an interesting spot in the UFC. You know, I feel like I'm a polarizing athlete, and it's just going to follow me. You know, it's going to follow me. The way I deal with that is by waiting for USADA and now VADA to continue doing their research of what's going on in my body. And I think through their study, I'll be vindicated. And just continue trying to stay on the right path, you know, trying to do the right things and just focus on the things I can control.
Thanks, Jon.
Yeah.
Alex, quick question for you. You had a chance to pull out of this fight. If you had concerns, you had a chance to say, I'm out. What kept you in it? I mean, did you consider it at all, and why did you ultimately decide to say, no, I'm going to fight?
No, I'm here to fight. That's what I'm here for, to fight. No, I'm here to fight. That's. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm here to fight, that's it. I'm here to fight, nothing else, nothing less. Whatever this guy's saying, it's just bullshit. He's just terrible, man. This guy is terrible, I'm telling you. He's terrible. I'm here to fight. It was nothing else. I was just here to fight. But the thing is, I'm just like, I'm flexible. It's all good. But, we have friends, family, fans coming into town having plans. They have their budgets. And they have to like, reschedule, we're planning everything, whatever. I mean, whatever this guy is saying, you can't take it serious. You can't take it serious at all. He's just terrible. He is terrible. And he will eat it. He will eat it on Saturday night. I'm telling you, he will eat everything on Saturday night.
Alex, when you did a media day last week in Las Vegas, you were asked point blank, do you believe Jon Jones is a cheater? And you were very kind of political about it and said nice things basically. Now after the latest developments, I'll ask you again, do you believe Jon Jones is a cheater?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Man, this guy is not confident. He has to put shit in his body to be confident. That's how he is.
What'd you say about confidence? What'd you say about confidence? I'm not confident. What are you saying?
You're not confident. You're not confident at all.
Why? You said a picture in my mind?
You're not confident.
Wait. You said a picture in my mind? What'd you say? What did you say before that? I'm not confident. There's a picture in my mind that's not confident or something?
No, I said you put shit in your body. That's why. You're not confident.
I put shit in my mind.
You put shit in your body.
So what have I put in my mind? What have I said?
In your mind, in your body. You put shit in your body.
Oh, I put shit in my body.
Yes, you do.
That makes me confident.
You're not confident at all.
So I put a pictogram of a steroid in my body, and that makes me...
Whatever you're saying. Whatever you're saying.
Okay. It's good. It's good that you believe. It's good that you actually believe.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter.
It's good that you actually...
John, it doesn't matter.
It's good that you actually... No, it does matter because you just said that. It's good that you actually believe that a microscopic pictogram somehow has allowed me to become more confident. I'm glad that you believe that. I'm glad that you believe...
John, is it legal stuff you put in your body or is it illegal stuff you put in your body? It doesn't matter what it is.
I'm glad that you believe that I beat you and I've become everything that I've done because of microscopic pictogram. I'm glad that you believe that.
That's what
you believe that.
That's what you're getting confident from.
You believe that
on Saturday it would be different.
You believe that I beat you because of a microscopic...
It won't help you this time.
You believe that I beat you because of a microscopic pictogram.
It won't help you this time.
You believe that, huh?
I believe that, yeah, of course.
Wow.
It's illegal shit in your body. Wow. Illegal stuff in your body. It's like some protein or whatever.
What was found in my body is 100% on the ban list, 100%.
There you have it, guys. There you have it.
And you honestly believe
it's still going down
that
on
I beat you and I beat every other 24 fights that I've ever been in against the baddest dudes in the world because a microscopic pictogram. You honestly believe that?
I do.
Good.
I do.
That's funny. Good.
Dana, I just want to ask one for you, Dana. I know that this hasn't been an ideal situation, but there has been some fan backlash that said, man, the UFC didn't care about the fans making this decision. How would you address those people that said, man, you did us wrong by making this decision?
Yeah, listen, it's not an easy decision to make. You have to, you got to pull the trigger and you got to make moves. You're not going to make everybody happy. You can't make every fan, every fighter. But we gave the fans in Las Vegas the opportunity to get tickets first, and the tickets are cheaper. We had over 3,000 people, buy tickets here that had tickets in Vegas. We did everything we could to make it better. We did what we could do.
So Dana, wanted to ask you, has there been any compensation that's going to be given to the fighters since they'll have an increased income tax?
Any conversation what?
Compensation for the increased income tax in California for the other fighters?
Who's going to pay my income tax in California?
And also the increased medical costs?
What?
And the increase for the medicals for California State.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's either that or not fight. Nobody gets paid and nobody does anything. It is what it is. We had to move it. And listen, it's costing everybody more money. It is what it is.
Question for Amanda. You've obviously put on a lot more mass and muscle for this fight. Just what have you done just to test how your body will move differently and react differently?
Train with big people in the gym. I always do that. This is my original weight class, 145. When I stepped in this country, in Strike Force, was my first fight was 145. And I went down to 135, and now I'm here again. That was awesome.
And then another one for Alex.
Hey guys, just let us just talk. Let us just talk. Let's show respect.
Hey, I gotta agree with Cyborg. It's really hard to do this, guys. I love your enthusiasm, but it's hard to do this. I mean, we're men. We're men. Let's be men, and not teenagers.
Alex, this is your third time fighting for the light heavyweight title, and the previous two were close decisions. I know you said you want to finish this fight. What have you done to make sure that this one doesn't go to the judges' scorecards?
It could be. It could be points. It could be a finish. I'm just making sure I'm pushing my body in training, and I'm feeling great.
Who has the next question? Go ahead, buddy.
Question for Alex. Hey, Alex. So, like you said, there was a lot of people who were impacted by this change. People had to reschedule such things. Did you have a lot of people in your close personal friends and family who were impacted directly by this?
Yeah, a couple.
And as mentioned before, this is third time with Charm. What do you feel have been the biggest lessons that you've learned from each title fight so far?
I just learned I have to dig deeper. Dig deeper every time.
And question for Jon. As you mentioned, it was a pictogram or something or other, but it is still illegal by the World Anti-Doping Organization and such. What steps have you taken to make sure that there's nothing like this ever happens again, considering that it now has been a reoccurring occurrence?
So me, I was no genius and throughout schooling. So I'm learning all these things about pictograms and picograms. See there, exactly. I'm learning as we speak. I'm still learning what this stuff is. And the funniest thing is someone trying to convince me as an undefeated fighter that I'm not confident because of a pictogram. Say it again. Say it with a pictogram. I think this is so funny that the person who lost is making an excuse of a microscopic chemical that is, instead of just saying Jon Jones's balls is way bigger than mine, and that's why he beat me.
That's why this guy
who
has the smallest balls here,
this guy is
I'm the one not having illegal shit in my body.
This guy,
I say I have balls. You don't have balls, my friend.
This guy has found.
You got illegal shit in your body.
This guy has found a way to justify why he lost. It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
We'll see on Saturday.
It's hilarious. So I've been being educated by USADA, and now I'm being drug tested by WADA to prove my innocence, right? And so from what I understand, what is found in my body is like taking a grain of salt, or let's say a grain of sugar.
But Jon, nobody cares about it's a grain of salt. You have illegal shit in your body, Jon.
Okay, yes. Okay. You just said your piece. Now let me explain. Let me answer, please. What a pictogram is? A picogram. Okay, fuck off. Okay, what a picogram is? It's taking a grain of salt and chopping it into 48 million pieces. A grain of salt. Imagine this. Imagine a grain of salt and chopping that into 48 million pieces. That is why I beat Alexander Gustafsson? Are you serious? I mean, guys, wrap your head around what that is. Wrap your head around that is. And he really convinced him, and everybody else that I've beaten in the past has convinced themselves that this is not the truth that you're looking at. 48 million pieces, one piece of salt. And that is why I almost knocked him out in the 4th round?
John, John.
And the craziest thing is that the
we
people...
have a fight coming up now on Saturday.
Oh,
you still have that picogram in your body.
Yes, I did. And that's why I beat you. That picogram...
What?
I would love to give you 1 picogram back, 1 grain of salt back.
No, thank you. I'm good.
And then let's see what you do with it.
No, I'm good. I have my balls,
You
John.
still would have been a bitch in the championship rounds with a picogram in your system,
Who has the next question?
Question for Dana over here. Hey, Dana. I've heard you say, and I've heard Jeff Nowitzki say, I heard Andy Foster say that you guys are 100% sure that this is not a new ingestion, that he didn't re-ingest anything. How do you know that for sure? That's a question for Dana.
Oh, what's the question?
Sorry. I heard you and Jeff Nowitzki say, and Andy Foster said it as well, that you are 100% sure that this isn't as a result of a new ingestion. This is the same metabolite that was in his system back in July of 2017. The question I don't seem to find the answer to is, how do you know that?
Because that's what the experts are saying. The experts are telling us that's what they do. How else would I know? The experts are telling us.
And I don't expect you to know, but who are the experts?
Ask Nowitzki. Call Nowitzki and set up an appointment to have an interview with him. He'll tell you.
Ariel, I can help you with that.
You know, you probably can't, actually. You let Nowitzki answer that question for you.
I would love...
Nowitzki's the expert on that. Jon Jones is calling it a pictogram, for Christ's sakes. Okay?
Unfortunately, he's not
here. I don't
here.
think he can answer that question. So talk to Nowitzki.
Okay. He's also said that there's 12 to 14 other cases of this happening.
Yeah, you got to talk to Nowitzki. If you want to talk drugs, talk to Nowitzki.
Okay. Can I just ask John what he wanted to say? John, what did you want to say?
I want to take the advice of my boss and have you talk to Jeff.
Let Nowitzki talk about that.
Okay. A question for Alex. How do you feel about the way this has been handled from your perspective?
I'm just happy we got a fight on Saturday. I'm happy we have a fight on Saturday. I only feel for the fans. I feel for all the fighters' family members coming in and friends. That's not. But for myself, I'm flexible. I'm here to fight, and I'm happy we have a fight. You know, it doesn't matter if it's on rocket fuel or whatever. I'm going to beat him anyway on Saturday night. There you go.
You said the same thing. You say the same shit every interview. I'm in the best shape of my life.
You're not, John.
I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm in the best shape
not.
of my life. I'm ready. I'm in the best shape of my life. You say the same dry ass shit every fight.
And you're not,
Shut
John.
the fuck up.
And you are not. And you are not.
You said the same shit before you got knocked out in front of your whole country. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, John. Okay.
Who has the next question?
I just have one more for Alex. Alex, do you have any problems dealing with USADA? Daniel Cormier has said he doesn't want to deal with USADA anymore. Do you have any problems now dealing with USADA after this? Do you have any issues working with USADA after this incident? Do you have any problems working with them going forward?
No, I don't. But what choice do I have?
Well, okay. Nothing?
No, it's all good. They can come whenever they want.
Who has the next question? Go ahead.
For John over here to your right, you and the UFC have had a rocky past at times, a rocky relationship. Were you surprised that they did this? They uprooted the entire event from Las Vegas, brought it to LA. Were you surprised they went out of their way to do that?
It's a hard question to answer, honestly. I think through science, I think I will be vindicated. I've passed the polygraph test. With pretty much the FBI, which means if I was lying, I go to jail for perjury. I passed a polygraph test, saying that I've never intentionally taken anything illegal to enhance myself. And now that science is starting to show itself, you will realize that, I mean, half the people that are judging me haven't opened a chemistry book since high school. And so, I mean, it's true. It's so true. And so people are ignoring the fact that a picogram, people are ignoring the fact this shit is so small that it almost should have never been brought up. It's so small. It's such a small amount. It has no effect. And I think in a round of, I think a lot of the professionals, whether it's USADA or the UFC, are realizing, dude, Jon has actually been, he's kind of like a guinea pig in this situation, almost wronged in this situation. Even though it was in me, I think this is a way of fixing a wrong and making it right again by not canceling this fight and keeping the fight on ultimately for the fans, because this could have been canceled. And so even though a lot of fans got hurt in this situation, we saved the event. Look at all the people that got to be here, all the people that are planning on ordering the fight around the world. So yeah, and like Dana said, the organization is doing everything they can to make it right. You know, giving discounts and comping families and doing all types of stuff. So changing the event instead of canceling the event, I feel is the way of kind of wronging, making this right.
And then just for Dana, Jeff Nowitzki was on Joe Rogan's podcast earlier today, and he said the first time that USADA found an adverse finding in Jon's drug test results was actually in August, and then again in September. Was there any way to go to the commission maybe earlier to get that cleared up and say, hey, this is what we have, maybe go to them early rather than waiting for December to tell them?
Yeah, I don't know. You have to talk to Nowitzki about that. I don't know exactly what the timeline was when those guys were dealing with that stuff with USADA, but he has all that information. You can talk to him about that. But at the time when it came down to us dealing with it, there wasn't time to handle it, no.
Did you even know about it before then? Because they said, Jeff said it was in August. Did you even know?
Yeah, no.
And then just one last thing, Dana. The finances as far as moving the entire event from Vegas to here, how much does that cost you guys on the front end?
About $6 million. Yeah.
And then does that get offset by pay-per-view at least? I mean, will you guys end up making money?
Will that be offset by what?
By the pay-per-view revenue, by keeping Jon.
You don't know. I mean, pay-per-view is always a crapshoot. You don't know how that's going to go. Listen, this was the right thing to do. At the end of the day, USADA's not going to put their reputation and their business on the line for one fight or one guy. We would never put anything on the line for one fight or one guy. We could have canceled this fight, moved it to March until he had time to go through the Nevada State Athletic Commission stuff. Could have done the fight in March and just did this in Vegas. This was the right thing to do. California was already very intimately involved in his situation. They knew everything. It was easy to get done, and the venue was available. So we moved it. We're here. This is how we work, man. This is what we do. So that's it.
Dana?
Yep.
UFC 233 was scheduled to take place here in California. UFC 233, right?
Yeah.
Was canceled. Did you ever think
Wasn't canceled. It was moved, but okay.
Did you think about moving Jon Jones and Gustafsson?
What's that? Whoa, what do you mean? It was moved. You guys are acting like we're talking shit to each other or something. Okay, that event was moved, and what's the question?
Did you think about moving Jon Jones against Gustafsson to UFC 233 and maybe keep the...
Well, we could have moved it anywhere. We could have moved this fight anywhere, but the reality is that this guy flew in from Sweden. He trained. He's been off for a year and a half. He went through a full camp. Both guys are healthy. Both guys should fight. If we could make the fight happen, we were gonna. We called California. They understood his situation. Like I said, they were very involved in it. There was a venue available, so we did it. It's really that simple.
So what about UFC 233? When it's gonna happen?
We could have done this fight in March. We could have done it when we were talking about coming in. We could have done it on any card coming up.
Okay, my next question is for Cyborg. I'm going to ask in Portuguese to Cyborg, please.
Yep. Cyborg.
Chris, perguntar em português, Chris.
Hello.
Chris, antes de você entrar no UFC, né, teve muita questão de UFC, provocações, enfim, declarações de pessoas do UFC. Quanto tempo demorou para que você desse essa volta por cima? Quando você sentiu que deu essa volta por cima? E como é a sua situação hoje, você fazendo a primeira super luta da história contra a Amanda, feminina do UFC?
Eu acho que a primeira coisa, eu nunca escutei, nunca dei valor ao que as pessoas falam para mim, tentando botar eu para baixo todas as vezes. E todas as vezes que eu entrava para lutar, eu sempre mostrava que eu iria provar o contrário. Né? Eu acho que... E não respondendo da forma que eles deveriam escutar. Né? Eu só entrando dentro do octágono e fazendo o meu trabalho. E com certeza isso fez com que eu chegasse onde eu estou agora. E eu acho que mostrando isso para eles e conquistando cada vez eles, porque na verdade muitas pessoas me julgavam apenas o que estava escrito na mídia, apenas o que a minha rival ficava falando de mim, mas quando as pessoas começaram a conhecer quem é mesmo, Chris Cyborg, eles começaram a ser fã, começaram a me seguir, isso que é mais importante e dava mais valor para mim. Hey guys, I'm sorry.
Hi, over here. I'm going to start with a couple of questions to Jon. How come this is the third time we're actually taking focus from the fighters and the fights and talking about what you have in your body, whether it's a picogram or a pictogram? Why have you tested now positive?
Next question, please. Thank you.
Oh, wow. All right. Dana White, tell me, why are we still having this guy here instead of seeing a 2-year suspension like Frank Mir?
Why are we still what? What's the question? Hold on. Hold on.
Sit down.
I'm sitting down.
I want to take the mic from her. Better questions. Better journalism.
I don't understand what your question is.
Is there a
what's the reason
better journalism? Better
a
journalism.
picogram
You
in
suck.
his body?
Better journalism.
Hold on. Let her talk. What's the question?
What's the reason for Jon Jones having a picogram in his body?
That's been the topic of
That's
this
why
entire.
I'm asking him.
Have you been listening?
I told you, like I told Ariel, talk to Jeff Nowitzki about that. If you want to know the science of what's going on, talk to him.
All right. Alexander, what are your thoughts? Because it's been, the focus is on this instead of the big fight coming up.
Finally, a good question.
I think it's it's bad for the sport. It's bad for the organization. It's not good for anyone having this type of conversations before a fight. But it doesn't really matter to me. We're here now. The fight is happening, and I'm happy for that. And I've never been this ready ever. So let's go. Let's do it.
Last question to Cyborg. Cyborg?
Yes.
I can see you don't have that energy in your face. Are you affected about this?
About what?
All this mess.
You don't have energy in your face?
I have a lot of energy. I can fight now.
Who is this girl? Who are you?
Hey, I have a lot of energy.
Where did you come from?
All right, next question. Who's got the next question?
Dana.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Annika. I'm from Swedish radio. I wanted to ask Alexander, but I need to do it in Swedish because I need him to speak in Swedish. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. När de har flyttat hela galan för hans skull och så där, känner du att du har en rättvis chans? För att du vann ju även den förra matchen, tycker många i Sverige, i den nationen som han talade om tidigare. Tror du att du har en rättvis chans här att vinna den här matchen?
Absolut, jag har aldrig varit så här redo någonsin. Och det spelar ingen roll, jag är flexibel av mig. Jag kan tävla i Vegas, jag kan tävla i LA. Det är sak samma, jag är här för att vinna och jag kommer vinna på lördag. Det är det som gäller.
Men den här... the last fight, the last time you fought him, it was very, very close. What have you done to prepare yourself to beat him this time, even in the eyes of the judges?
Should I answer in English or
Förlåt, på svenska.
Swedish. Jag har bara pressat min kropp ännu mer. Jag har lärt mig mina misstag, jag har lärt mig från mina förra matcher och jag kommer inte göra om samma misstag. Utan jag kommer kliva in där och göra allt jag kan för att ta hem det här bältet.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next question.
Dana, to your left. Right here.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, I understand you feel comfortable with everything that has happened. You feel comfortable with Jones' test. You feel comfortable with moving the fight. But I just wonder if at any time during the conversations about moving this, you talked about what's kind of going on right now, and that there would be so much talk about steroids and banned substances and metabolites. Before a fight, before a fight, a rematch that we all think is one of the best fights of all time. Did that ever come into the equation of like, well, we don't want that to be the conversation before a fight like this?
It's going to happen. It is what it is. You know, if we did this fight in March, it'd be the same. We'd be talking about the same things. And listen, Jon Jones has made some mistakes in his life. You know, every time this guy fights, there's going to be questions on whether Jon's going to. Well, what's Jon going to do? How's Jon going to test? What's going to happen? It's always that's going to follow Jon. Jon needs to go in, win on Saturday night. Continue to stay straight and narrow and keep winning and cement his legacy. It's just, if he does that, the talk will go away.
And Jon, I guess were you going to say something?
What was that? No, do you have another question?
Yeah. For Jon. I've heard you talk about this rematch with Gustafsson, and you've said that some people thought you lost the first fight, and that's something that you wanted to correct. You wanted to prove to everybody that you were better than this guy. Do you feel like you still have the opportunity to really prove that with the circumstances as they are?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Winning this fight convincingly, finishing this fight, absolutely. There will always be asterisks. There's asterisks next to who's pound for pound the greatest of all time. So, in my mind, there is no asterisk. I was afraid of there being an asterisk next to my career when I was uneducated. But as I'm learning, even though I still can't say picogram or picogram, whatever, as I'm learning what this really is, I'm actually almost mad that it was even mentioned. I mean, it's invisible. You can't take a picogram. It's that small. You can't knowingly take it. That's how small it is. No, guys, joking. You guys are crazy. So I have completely set myself free from any type of. I listen to fighters from the past be like, oh, this is why he beat me, because he had this in him. And I get why they need to do that, to feel better, to feel like I can do it the second time. I get why they're doing that. But I've taken off the asterisk next to what I've done. I know what I've done, dude. Every push-up, every sit-up, freaking showing up to practice early, leaving there late, dude. Wrestling camp since I was 12 years old, freaking endless tournaments. I know what I've done. And so after beating Gustafsson, I'm gonna be right back on the track that I've always been on, which is being one of the all-time greats. And I know that in my heart, no matter who believes me or not.
Hey. One more for you, Jon. Just one last one. I've heard you say that you're angry that this test came out, that you don't think it should have came out because it's such a small substance, and USADA is not treating this as a failed drug test. Do you feel like, are you going to do anything about, are you going to complain to them? Is there any kind of recourse that you can take about, should this information have even come out in the first place?
Well, no, and that's another thing. People are like, oh, Jon must be paying off USADA, which is impossible. If Lance Armstrong can't afford to pay off USADA, you think I can? It's like, no, it just doesn't happen. USADA's been around for so long. They're so credible. But I get it's me, so people like to come up with crazy stuff, and just like when I first came out, people are like, oh, his arms are long, that's why he wins. There's always going to be something. What's your question again? Because I'm ranting.
Well, just that, is there any kind of recourse, any kind of conversation you can have with USADA about why
I'm not going to come at you. There's nothing I can come at USADA about it. The fact is, I'm man enough to say there is something in my system that is microscopic, that is so small, that does not help me do shit. There we go. A soul. I like that. And there's no reason to come at USADA about this. What I am is a guinea pig for our sport. What I'm finding out is that this shit is happening all across sports. There's so many athletes right now that has the M3 metabolite in their body, and it's coming in pulses and it's coming in waves. But my situation is the most public. But the reason why I'm here today being able to fight is because it gives me no advantage. Science is getting so good that they're finding shit. I guarantee you there's many people in the audience that has shit that's on the ban list that's never done any type of steroid, that wouldn't even know what this shit is. So the fact of the matter is, there is something in my bloodstream. It does not give me any advantage, and I'm grateful that USADA found it because I'll be able to educate myself and know more about it. And for fighters in the future, it's going to help out a lot of people. I think the science is just so strong. They're finding shit that you know, it's like, it's hard to explain. But I know for a fact that this is going to help fighters of the future in our sport. And no one said it should be easy being who I am. I accept the difficulty in it, and I'm up for the challenge. And like I said, through science, I feel like I'll be vindicated. So no worries. This is all going to be a blessing in disguise for me.
I'm going to ask first in Portuguese, then I'm going to translate to English for the girls. Amanda, primeiro eu queria saber, parece que assim, né, você teve a Misha, depois a Ronda, e aí era sempre uma coisa assim de provação. Eu queria saber o quanto isso te motiva até hoje, chegando na luta com a Cris, para que isso faça de você uma atleta melhor lá dentro. So I asked her about her improvement since she faced Misha and then Ronda. People were always like doubting her. How does it affect her to improve herself inside the cage?
Falar em português primeiro. I'm going to speak in Portuguese first. Me ajudou muito, né? Primeiro foi o UFC 200, que mudou tudo. Ali naquela semana foi uma coisa louca. E depois veio a minha luta contra a Ronda. E aí também foi aquela coisa toda, she's back. E esqueceram completamente da campeã naquele momento. E é como você mesmo falou, esses dois momentos que eu passei na minha vida, com certeza me ajudou mentalmente a superar qualquer tipo de obstáculo daquele momento para frente. Então, hoje, né, com tudo que está acontecendo com esse show, eu já estava já meio que esperado por mim, porque eu já passei por vários problemas no show com a mesma carga que está sendo esse. Então, tá tranquilo para mim. Me ajudou bastante as últimas lutas, com certeza. You speak English?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm saying in Portuguese, or in English now. My UFC 200 and right after was against Ronda Rousey. That for sure helped me to go through everything after that. UFC 200 changed everything in the last minute. I was the third fight of the night. I became the co-main event. I became the main event. That was crazy for me, you know. And for sure, that moment making me like ready for everything after that. And now we're here today, and all the crazy things going on this week. I'm ready for that. And I've been there before.
O que você acha que você traz de diferente que as outras adversárias da Cris até hoje não trouxeram para ela? What do you think you're going to make different and you bring to the table differently than the other opponents that Chris faced?
Eu acho que o pensamento de campeã. Eu penso exatamente como a Cris pensa. Então, eu acho que essa é a diferença, entendeu? Vai ser campeã contra campeã, que vença melhor. I say like the difference between me and Chris' last opponent is I'm the champ as well. I know everything she think, and this is the difference. And the smart and the better one is gonna win. He's gonna win the 29 for sure.
Now for Chris. Cris, você está bem favorita, né, nas casas de apostas e tudo mais, e eu queria saber o quanto esse favoritismo acaba podendo te ajudando, te atrapalhando, como é que você lida com isso para que não deixar realmente que a emoção tome conta de você na luta. So Chris, you're really like a favorite in the betting, I don't know how to say it, but the sports betting, sorry. And how do you deal with that to not affect you inside the octagon?
Na verdade, assim, eu nunca fico checando quem tá favorito e quem não tá. Na verdade, eu sempre estou focado nos meus treinos e isso não me afeta, porque, na verdade, eu acho que eu chego lá e faço o meu trabalho e eu não levo em consideração o que tem por fora disso. I said, man, I really don't check the internet, see who's going to be favored or not. I just focus on doing my job in the octagon and that's it.
And last question for Dana. How big this is, like, is this the biggest female MMA fight in the history?
Yeah, this is for the baddest woman on the planet. 135 versus 145, both champions. Two of the baddest women in the world. We'll see.
And they're Brazilian. Do you compare this fight to another male fight?
Well, I think if you look at the women's division since we started, as it's continued to grow and get bigger and create more stars and big fights, this is a fight that I've been talking about for a long time that I felt needed to happen. I think that these two are without a doubt the two baddest women on earth, and we need to find out which one is. It's a fun fight. I love this fight. I've wanted this fight for a long time. And this is, as far as the women's division goes, the biggest fight ever in the women's division. And as far as the men go, I mean, anytime you can put together a super fight with two legit champions, it's what I love, man. Love it.
Do you think this opens to other divisions, other women divisions, to do more stuff like that, more super fights like that?
I literally heard nothing you said. What did you say? Say it again.
Do you think this fight opens to do more challenges like this in other women divisions?
Well, no, it's not about that this opens up more challenges. It's about timing. You know what I mean? Cyborg is the absolute best 145-pounder in the world. Amanda is the absolute best 135-pounder in the world. And right here, right now, this is the fight to make. It's the perfect time, the perfect place, everything. That's what determines whether you make the fight or not.
John, this question's for you over here on a lighter note. The other day you tweeted asking fans for suggestions on walkout songs, and all the answers went the obvious way. Were you expecting it to go the obvious way with the jokes, and have you picked a walkout song for Saturday night?
Oh, man, I heard all types of jokes. Oops, I did it again, Britney Spears. Oh, man. Hey, sing that.
Do you think you'll go that route and play one of those songs, or are you going to go something inspirational?
No, I picked a really great song. I think the lyrics to the song is very fitting. And then you guys are going to have to watch UFC 242 to check it out. No, 232 to check it out.
Hints? Huh? Not a hint?
Not a hint, no, but it'll be extremely fitting. Yeah, I got 5 on it. Damn, yo, you guys are funny. A la verga.
You good? All right, we'll take one more question. Who's got the last question? Yeah? Go ahead, buddy. We'll take 2 more then. You want to go 2? Yeah.
Amanda, I just want to ask, you can't help but notice the energy you have. It's a lot different than normally a couple days out from a weight cut. So I wonder, if you win this title, you'll have 2 belts, but is there any chance you'd say featherweight is really where my future lies? I don't want to put my body through going to 135 anymore.
It's soon to say about my future, and we'll see. We can talk about right after the fight, and I have better answers for you. Thank you for the question.
Fair enough. Thanks, man. And Chris, I wanted to ask for you as well. Dana's saying this is for the baddest woman on the planet. I mean, if you win this, do you believe this solidifies that you are, no question about, the best of all time in the women's division?
Everybody always say I'm the best fighter in the world. I'm the baddest one. I always like to my fans said that. I like to go to the octagon and do my best I can, be violent, be everything I can do there, and get the win and get my belt back home. But what if my fans gonna say about me? This is important for me.
But I'll say though, but in your mind, do you believe you're the greatest of all time?
I train really hard for me, can do my best there, and then I always let my fans say that. If my fans said that, maybe I can believe that.
Actually, I have a question for Chris and Amanda. Do you take this fight personal, or is just a sport or business? Would you shake hands? Would you become friends after this fight, or no?
For me, since day one, always was business. You can see from my posters, you can see from my social media, all business. I don't know her.
I don't have anything against Amanda. All the time people ask me, you do like fight Amanda? I say, man, I don't want, because she's Brazilian, she's the champion. But everybody make this fight happen. I just feel like it's so hard that you be the champion. And I know if after Saturday I beat her, nobody gonna look at her like the champion 135. And this is our.
But I'm still gonna have the belt at home. I still go down and defend my belt.
I know. I'm saying, let me finish. And then
I still gonna have my belt. I'm gonna fight you and go down to 35.
Let me finish. And then that's it, But she's pushed this fight so long. We supposed to fight Amanda after Hall home. And then we're supposed to fight after I beat Yana Knoskaya. We're supposed to fight July. We're supposed to fight September. And she's heavy injury. She said, tomorrow Saturday gonna be the day. And I'm ready. And they're gonna be amazing fight. And I don't have anything against her. We're just gonna fight Saturday. And I do my best I can and back my belt to home. In Jesus' name.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, LA. We'll see you Saturday. That's not bothering anybody. All right, ladies. Thank you.